Kevin, it's been revealed this week that Jose Baxter has failed another drugs test. What is the club's actual position on what his future is going to be at this club?
Well, we've made a statement that went out yesterday, and beyond that it's all a matter of processing what we will do next in the coming days, so no other comments to make on that.
Is sacking him an option?
No other comments to make, Rob. You hear what I say. It's in process, and we'll be making decisions when more information comes to light in the following days.
How distracting is this for a club that is trying to win promotion?
Well, you know, so many things happen in football clubs. It is distracting, but we have to deal with it in a proper manner. So as far as we're concerned, and in particular Nigel and the team, they're getting on with preparing for today's game, the rest of the season.
Is it something that can move pretty quickly, or is this going to run and run, do you think?
I would hope it can move quickly, but you know, other organisations are involved as well as ourselves, so we'll see.
The club's ninth. A lot of supporters have come to us and saying that they're a little bit fed up with the situation and they want some answers. What would you say to the supporters?
Situation about what?
The fact that you're ninth in the table.
Well, look, I mean, the fans are as frustrated as we are. Our expectations are to be much higher in the league and to get promoted, so I fully understand their disappointment. It's shared by everyone connected with the club.
Why didn't you sign anybody in the January transfer window?
We didn't sign anyone because we couldn't find the people that we wanted to sign, and that wasn't for the lack of effort. Neither is it for the lack of effort now and probably bringing on loan players. It's a matter of really deciding that whoever we bring on as a permanent or loan player to Sheffield United has a value that will add to the strength of the first team. We think we have made too many mistakes in past seasons at signing players who have not been probably as good as we would wish. So why repeat errors?
So if Nigel Adkins comes to you and says, I've found the perfect player for this club and the financial situation is right, that player will be coming in soon now they're in the loan window?
I think the straightforward answer to that is yes. If there's a belief from our team manager that we can get players on board that will make the difference, but what we don't want to do is make the problems from having players who've come over the last few seasons, not just this season, I may say. I do stress that, the last few seasons, which means we end up with too many players, too big a squad that doesn't perform as we would wish it to perform.
A lot of supporters come to us and say, can you ask Kevin McCabe and the board why they haven't put more money into the club? Why aren't they showing the ambition to get this team into the Championship? How would you respond to that?
Well, I think you know how to respond, Rob, because you know the facts and figures.
Maybe you want to sort of relay them to the fans.
Well, the amount of money that's been put into the club over the last few years is enormous. Anyone who comes to Bramall Lane and looks around the facilities here at the stadium alone, including recent additions to the stadium, which is a Desso pitch, anyone who comes to see our facilities at the academy, including the new synthetic pitches, know where the money's been spent, apart from the massive amount of money for players.
So has enough been spent on the playing squad?
I think there's probably been too much spent on the playing squad, but regrettably it's not got the right blend to get us promotion as yet out of League One. But it's not for the want of investment. I mean, you know, playing today is probably, in transfer fees alone, there'll be players on the pitch of circa 4 million. And it's not, as you also are aware, Rob, in this age we live in, since the Bosman changes of the law, it's the player wages, the salary packages and the length of a contract that you've got to take into consideration. This notion of owners taking money out of the club is absolutely ridiculous.
So you haven't done that then?
I think anybody should tell me how I've done it. And I think everybody who wants to make that question to me should look at where we've actually spent the money. Some you can touch at, others is just looking at the players we brought on board this last few seasons, which aren't 5 or 6, it's probably 50 or 60 in total.